Hi guys, this is your cardio chair workout. I'm going to get you to do a little warm up before you start, just a little bit of walking on the spot, some little heels, just get your heart pumping a little bit, get everything nicely warmed up so you don't just start from cold. So I'm going to leave you to do that for 2-3 minutes till you feel you kind of got everything moving a little bit, and then we're going to start on the chair. So I'm using my dining chair. Any chair you like, as long as it's nice and sturdy and it's on a stable surface. Want you to sit not all the way back, just like in class, on the first sort of half or 2/3 of the chair. Ideally you would need your feet on the floor, so it depends on how high your chair is and how tall or petite you are. So we're sitting down on the chair. I've got a gap between the back of me, so I've got to use my own abs to stay upright. So feet on the chair to start with. We're just going to start with a little gentle march. I'm not going to put any music to this because I want you to put your own music to it. So we're going to start with a gentle little march. It's part of your warm-up actually. So we're lifting and lowering the feet. Hopefully my feet will try and keep it nice and light on my floor. So you're swinging the arms just like you would be walking around anyway. So we're going to go for a little walk. Okay, so we're going to start with little sections of stuff. So I'm going to give you some little ideas for workouts. I've got some little hand weights with me, but you can make your own hand weights. Tins of beans, I won't say chopped tomatoes because, well, they're in the shops now, but they weren't. Or a couple of bottles of water in your hands, you know, to use as little weights. So you start without any weights at all. We'll do a little bit of mobility, a little bit of warming up. So we're going to make a little march. We're going to take that march a little bit faster, so you're speeding up a little bit. So we're still keeping ourselves, tummies tucked in, staying nice and tall, backs nice and straight. Okay, so you should be starting to feel a little bit warm. You start to feel a little bit in the legs. You know, you've done chair exercise before. It's harder than it looks. Okay, so we're going to keep the feet planted on the floor now and do a little bit of rotation with the spine. So again, hips are locked in place so that they're not going anywhere. Hands in the front. Keep your hands lined up underneath your chin, so your head doesn't start swiveling around. You want to keep the head nice and stable. Take a breath in, breathe out, twist to your side a little, come back to centre, twist to your side a little. Okay, so nice and simple, just a little bit of spine mobility, keeping it nice and relaxed, shoulders down. Just doing a couple more. Okay, and then we're going to take the hands to the side, we're going to reach down to the side and come back to centre. Reach down to the side and come back to centre, so we get a little bit of lateral movement through the spine. So lateral is just side to side. Okay, so all the way down, coming up. Obviously you can do it depending on how you feel. Do what feels comfortable for you. And if you wanted to make a little bit harder, you can pop the hand up towards there and repeat on each side. So you do a little repeater, maybe 4 times, and then you would switch. Do 4 on this side. So remember, at the moment we're just using body weight. There's no extra weights. When we start to put the weights in, there's no reason why, if you wanted to, you could carry on and not add any weights at all. So again, come back to that centre, tummy's in, think about that lower back, set yourself up nicely. Last one, and then we bring it back here. Okay, so we're just going to roll the shoulders down and back. Roll the shoulders down and back, and roll again. 2 more times, and then we're going to go back. We're going to alternate a little bit of cardio stuff with a little bit of toning stuff, so it gives the legs a little rest. So we're going to go back to the cardio. We're going to do a little knee lift. So we're going to go opposite hand to knee. So there's a slight little twist in here. Opposite hand to knee, opposite hand to knee. So we lift and lower, lift and lower. So I haven't got music with me, behind me or on or playing over it. You can go at your own pace. Obviously if you've got something quite fast and rocky on, maybe you'll probably be going hell for leather and speeding up a little bit. But choose your music wisely. You don't want it too slow. You want a good beat. You want something that makes you feel good. Okay, so there we go with that. We're going to extend this to take the arms a little higher, make it a little bit bigger. Remember, think about that spine. Back's nice and tall. Don't find yourself dropping back. Keep yourself nice and upright. Okay, last 2. and we're going to change. So we're going to lift the leg, extend the knee, lift and down. So we lift, extend, lift, down. So we lift, extend, lift and down. So it's okay to just extend a little bit if you want to. You want to make sure you're staying nice and tall, sitting nice and upright, and down. I'm going to do one more on each side. Down, last one, and down. Okay, how's that feeling? Is that all right for you? So we're going to kind of move you across a little bit to one side. I'm going to pick up the weights, and we're going to do a little bit of upper arm work. So we're going to do some triceps. I'm going to get you to come off the chair. Just pop your weight. You only want your weight in one hand at the moment, and pop your knee on the chair. Use your other hand to stabilise you on the back of the chair. So we're going to keep elbow tucked in towards the waist, and I'm going to let that weight drop back. So I'm going to hold it quite near the edge of the weight. So we're not on the actual kind of more hit like here. You could hold it on the actual end if you want, just don't drop it. Okay, so I am going to just lean forward a bit, hit a little hinge, take the weight back, and I'm going to lift out the back and then only bring the weight in so I can feel my thumb just touch my hip. So we're going back and in. So what this is doing is working the tricep a little bit. So we're just isolating that one arm, working that tricep, pushing out and in. So it starts off feeling like you're not doing an awful lot. And then after about 20 minutes, joking, after a few, you'll start to feel that tricep working. So we want to keep that muscle isolated. We don't want anything else to kick in to help it. So if you get a little bit carried away and you think, oh, I'll just give it a swing forward, swing back, swing forward, you know, can you see my shoulders working? So it's the shoulder that's getting the work out, not the tricep. So want to try and isolate that shoulder. You're aiming backwards as well. Okay, so small range of movement means that muscle is working very hard. Okay, so how many have I done? I don't know, I've not been counting. 16, 20, however many you like. What's your favourite number? Don't say 3. And then bring it back in, stand up tall, bring the knee back down, switch sides. So you're going to change and do the other side. So that knee there, leaning forward slightly, take that weight back. Remember, you're keeping the elbow tucked back, shoulders not moving. We just lift and we're bringing it back. So your eye line then needs to be looking on the floor. So don't be watching the telly like that because you'll give yourself neck ache. So bring it down and just carry on. So ideally you'll do equal numbers each side. Remember, don't bring the swing into it. You want to keep it nice and steady. Pushing back, bringing it in. So if you feel the thumb, just brush your side or your hip, that's where you stop. So you're trying to extend out and bring it in. Extending out and bring it in. If you've got issues with your lower back and you find this position a little bit uncomfortable or you feel that it's not quite right for you, then please feel free to stand a little bit taller or come up a little bit. So ideally you'll be hinged over a little, but standing tall is absolutely fine. You're still working that arm. Okay, just gravity will help you a little bit. Okay, then bring it back in. So grabbing both your weights, we're going to start by, we've just done an upper body, so we're going to do a lower body. So I want you to stand a little bit away from your chair, put your weights in front of you, and again you can do it without weights if you want. The weights, if you're using them, are going to stay really close to your chest, and you're going to sit down towards the chair till you feel the back of your thighs just brush the chair, and you're going to stand up. So sit down and come straight back up. So we sit down, come straight back up. So as you squat, I want you to just hinge first, take the weight into the heels, sit down, keep the chest lifted, squeeze and come back up. So you can see, hinge, come back up. So the hips back, tummy in, hinge, come back up. So now you'll regret it if you picked a really low chair. You've got to get lower. You're not allowed to do it on your bar stool, that's cheating. If you've got a bar stool, I assume few of you have. So back, squeeze and come back up. And again, only go as low as you're comfortable to get to do so. last 2. And then we're going to hold it down into a squat. So we're going to hold it down there, keep it there for 3, 2, 1. Lift it up a little bit, take it down a little bit, up a little bit, down a little bit. Now you can carry on with the normal squats if you want to, if you feel like this is too much, but I just want you to kind of do a little bit to challenge yourself. So over the weeks, if you carry on doing this and you're struggling with this a little bit, hopefully we're going to get stronger and you'll be able to carry on and stay with me for the little half ones, which is what we're doing now. Got one more. You should be feeling a burning in your thighs. We're going to come all the way up and then we're going to sit all the way back down. Okay, so again, you sat just on the first half, 2/3 of your chair. Depends how big your chair is. Okay, we're going to take the arms down to the sides and we're going to do a little bit of upper body work. So we're going to do a bicep curl. So bicep curls, we're going to turn the arms out so your palms are facing forward. You're going to lift and lower, lift and lower. Now I'd like you to keep going on one side. So we're going to do about 8 on each side. I think I've done 4. Sure, someone will tell me if I haven't. So last 2, last 1. Switching sides. See, in class I normally go with music. So music sort of prompts me when I've done 8 or 16, whereas now I've got to really think about it and count. I think this is the last one. Okay, now we're going to do both together. So elbows tucked in, bring them up, take them down. Bring them up, take them down. So we want not a lot of movement through this, to the trunk, for the torso of the body. You want to keep that nice and still, keep tummies in, supporting that lower back, up and down. So, last couple. One for luck, that's when I've forgotten how many I've done. Okay, and then we're going to bring them down. So we're going to go a little bit shoulders. We're going to take them, turn them from that way to that way. So your palms are facing in. Excuse me, touch my face, touch my face. Oh. Palms facing in. We're going to go a little side press. So we're going to lift to the side and lower back down. And again, what I said about working on one side, lift and lower. So you're using long levers here. So the weight is furthest away from you it can be. It's right at your arm's reach. If you're finding that that's too much, obviously you can do this without a weight. Use a smaller weight. Or option 2 is to do it with a slightly bend in your elbow. So your weight is closer to you. So you're still going out to your side. Keep your eye gaze facing forward. You'll find you've got one side that's stronger than the other. So you'll find your strongest side. Okay, so we're lifting and we're lowering. So we're looking for precision. So if you can think about drawing through the air, you're drawing through the same bit of air each time. So when we've done 8 each side, we're going to attempt 4 on both sides. So this is where you might notice the difference. One's going to come up either a lot easier than the other, or you'll feel like you're struggling more on one side, which is basically the same thing, isn't it? I'm rambling now. Okay, you've got 4 more to do. I did say 4, but I didn't mean 4. Last 2. If things don't change, just go home. Last one, and then bring it in. Okay, so we're bringing it in, bringing them in, holding them there. So now we're moving to a little bit of rotational work. So we did this already in the warm-up. So we're holding, you can hold 2, you can hold 1 if you want. So we're doing that little spine twist, but we'll load it with a little bit of weight. So we're side and in, side and in. Again, not a very big movement. So weights are staying close to the chest. So you're moving your weights with your chest, not moving them independently. So you're not sat there doing that. You're doing that little bit of movement. So we're not looking for a massive rotation through. Okay, if you wanted to, now here we go, brain, switch the brain on, lift the opposite leg or the knee to whichever direction you're travelling to. Ooh. So we'd lift and down, lift and down. And again, you've got, we're confusing your brain, so you have to really think about it. You can do the knee, you could extend the leg. if you wanted to. Just gives you a little bit of something different, a little challenge to try. Make sure there's no one in front of you that you're going to kick. Last one, come back to centre. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of rowing. So we're going to stand up for the rowing. So we're going to stand up, keep the arms down, weights together, keep them really close to the chest. And what you should imagine, you've got a string on the end of your elbow. So the string pulls up, the weights stay lower than the elbow, and we go back down. So we take a breath, breathe, and down. So we lift and lower. And again, you could do it with one if you wanted, do it with none at all, lift and lower. So if I turn to the side, the weight's staying very, very close to your body. So we don't want to lift them out. And again, we're staying nice and still, not a lot of movement through the torso. Last couple, and then that's your last one. Okay, we're going to bring it back down, and we're going to do the squats again. And you're so pleased we're doing the squats. So the weights this time are going to hang down by your sides rather than be by your chest. So we sit down and come back up, sit down, come back up. We're going to do 4 more. 3 and 2. It's going to be your last one. You're going to sit all the way up and all the way back down. So sitting back down onto your chair. Okay guys, so now we're going to do a little bit of a sort of a side bend with the weights. Again, we did it without the weights to start with, and if you want to put the weights down, that's absolutely fine. So you're going to keep the weight in one hand. We've done this before. I can't remember either. If we've done it before, no harm. And then go again on the other side. So 4, 3, 2 and 1. And the very last one I want you to do, we're going to pop your weights down. So just pop them, oops, down somewhere safe where you're not going to fall over them. A little postural exercise. What you always want to finish with something that's postural. So when we've been doing weights and things, we want to open out the front of the chest. So I'm going to cut to the tray. So again, sitting nice and tall, elbows tucked into your side. It's called the tray, so I want you to imagine you're holding a tray of drinks. You're not going to drop them. So we take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to extend the arms out. Keep the elbows tucked into the side. So if the arms start to come out, you need to stop. And then breathe in as you come back in. Take a breath, breathe out. So as we go out, you're going to feel your shoulder blades at the back pulling in towards each other. And then we squeeze, come back in. Take a breath, take it out, extend, feel the shoulder blades squeezing, and then breathe in as you come back in. So again, take a nice deep breath in, squeeze, really feel those shoulder blades, keep it there for 4, 3, squeeze a little more if you can, and then squeeze, and then release and bring it back in. We're going to do one more. Just take it out, keep your palms nice and flat, don't spill your tray of drinks. And then last one, bring it in. Okay, just drop your arms by your side, give your shoulders a little roll. Okay, so that turned, I said cardio, didn't it? It turned out to be more toning than cardio. Don't worry, we'll do a cardio one next time. Okay, so hopefully that's a little bit of resistance work for you, some toning to do. Hopefully keeping you strong while we're all locked in. Okay, see you next time. Bye-bye.